For the first time since the COVID lockdowns, masses of Jewish people streamed through Jerusalem's Old City streets to reach the Western Wall. About 50,000 came to take part in the Birkat HaKohanim, or priestly blessing. In the book of Numbers, God gives Moses and Aaron these words to bless the children of Israel. "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace." This public tradition happens twice a year during Sukkot and Passover. Jewish men believed to be part of the priestly line, known as Kohanim, come to bless the people of Israel. Another part of the prayers comes from Leviticus 23, where it says to bring the fruit of beautiful trees, branches of palm trees, the boughs of leafy trees, and willows of the brook, and rejoice before the Lord. That's why you see branches waved from the palm, willow, and myrtle trees, as well as the citron.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great Mr. and every well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, pushing the truth doctrine, called the four winds, earth, and all truth and sincerity. And we're the Mississippi Count, and we're going to do a quick lesson through the spirit, man. I'm going into how this devil is nothing but a pretender, man, and how he's been deceiving the whole earth, man, and lying. And just making people think that he's something that he's not, man. So we're just gonna go and get into the script. We're gonna go into Genesis, the 4th chapter. We're gonna start at chapter verse 12. And this is pretty much after Cain has slew Abel.
It's Genesis chapter 4, verse 12. And it says, "When thou tillest the ground, it should not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond should thou be in the earth."
Right, and a fugitive, you know, when a person is a fugitive, they're seeking some kind of way to hide themselves, to cover up who they truly are, so they can't be pointed out. They can't be singled out amongst the public, man. And so throughout the generation, the years or whatever, this devil has been going throughout the earth, stating claim that he's a nation of people that he's not, you know. And this is something that has been going on for a long time now. But the Lord is starting to expose this man on different levels, and people are coming to realize that this man is nothing but a pretender. He's not who he claimed to be, which is the nation of Israel.
And that's a war tactic too, you know, because he used the art of deception to bring the demise of a particular group of people. You know, so that further proves that brotherly covenant of hatred that he actually pursued his brother Jacob.
Verse 14. Verse 13. "And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear."
And he's always the victim. Here he is, has slayed his brother, and he's the victim. As if that his punishment, as if really basically he don't feel like he don't deserve to be punished, man. But that's fine, because he has a judgment coming from that point. It's been building up to the time we are now, man, where he's getting ready to receive his judgment for all his wickedness from the beginning, man, as the serpent.
It's Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16. "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood." If adversity come
Start over.
Hey, this is Ecclesiastes 12:16. The enemy speaking sweetly with his
Hey,
lips.
Esau's enemy. He makes it seem like basically he's for the welfare of Israel, but he's not. In the form of the Democrats and Republicans. Go ahead.
But in his heart, he imagining how to throw thee into a pit.
Because at the end of the day, he's trying to stop us from becoming a unified nation, a unified front, going into the kingdom of heaven.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Yeah, so he plays a role, but at the end of the day, man, this man is for the demise of Israel.
Verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet should he undermine thee.
That's Esau Edom. You know? That's why in the book of Sirach it goes into just as iron rusted, so does his wickedness. And it teaches you to never trust thine enemy. You know, but the scriptures give you the balance of that, saying what, if at all possible, it's in the book of Romans, be at peace with all men. You know, seek peace and pursue it. That's the concept of the godly and the righteous.
Verse 18. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Goes into really how he's really that vagabond, the fugitive and vagabond. He trying to conceal his identity behind these other nations. You know what I'm saying? You know how they show you the old movies, like somebody run from the law, like a bank, somebody stole from the bank or something like that, and they go to one of the gas station stores, and they go to a cashier, they see they
Face on
they got their face on the TV,
And they all put a hat down.
walking like they're trying to conceal themselves. That's how Esau basking himself behind these other nations.
Harrison Ford, that movie came back in the 90s, man, was called The Fugitive. You know, and that's what he was doing, man. He was trying to just hide his identity by all means, but every time he turned around, he was on TV, got their picture on the light pole.
What's that crazy, either like Michael Douglas back in the day?
Falling down.
Falling down. How he kept trying to, hide his true identity, man. Everybody's finding out who he really was.
Right.
He was a goddamn criminal.
Yeah. And that's Esau, man. That's Esau. And his skirt is being lifted. He's being exposed, man. So now he's going to all kind of lengths, man, to try to keep that covering over him. But hey, the curtain has been snatched down, man. That's why he's doing all these different things with, you know what I'm saying, particular sportings. Because I was looking at something, man, they were saying about in Rome, whenever the emperor, goddamn it, had problems going on, he started throwing all these elaborate games and festivals and shit. Raided circus, trying to take the people's minds off of it, man. You know, and you got these holidays coming around and shit. You know, you got the playoffs and all these different things, man. And amongst other things, you got the big soccer game going on. I think Spain and whoever the hell it is. You know, but people are being blinded to reality, so to speak, man. But at the end of the day, the Lord can nothing be hid from the Lord, man. And through his men, he's steady exposing this devil, man. We got the spotlight on him.
Precept for you. Good. This is the book of Revelation 3 verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
And they're going to have to bow down, man. They're going to bow down. They're going to be put in captivity, you know, and they're going to do the bill of the Lord by way of building up our kingdom, man. You know, can you read that one more time, bro? Something else I'm pointing out here.
That have been next to these people.
Say the Jews and nothing.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Right, and the Lord didn't even allow y'all to have the spirit on y'all to actually really just say y'all call yourself Jews, man. Everything is you Jewish, man, liken unto. And I mean, you don't fit the description of the Lord's people who was brought over by way of our ship on the transatlantic slave trade, man. Okay, you don't fit the description of our Heavenly Father and Son, man. Okay, so we know you're not who you say you are. Any ancient pictures you've seen of the Lord's disciples and that you never seen them with a look hat on with some bangs twirling down the side of their face, man. That's not the look of the Lord's people, man. We have, like, you know what I'm saying, small froze, big froze, woolly hair, you know, different shades of brown. You know, your skin tone is truly a curse. But you would try to tell our people that our skin tone's a curse, but yet it's still you the one in the tanning bed. You're the one getting these melanin shots, you know? Because you want to be us. But you could never be us, man. Because we have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua starting with his elect, man. Okay, the scripture goes into out of all the nations, you know what I'm saying? The rest of y'all was but a drop of, to a bucket, man, a spittle. Okay, the Lord chose Israel.
Romans 9 and 4, and we'll read down. It says, who are Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants.
There goes the adoption. Us being adopted to the Most High by Yahushua. Adoption means chosen. The glory, that goes to Israelites, not you Edomites. Go ahead, bro.
And the covenants.
Right, the covenants came to us. Remember, it started with the priesthood. And then now Yahushua is the chief priest, right? So now all Israelites going into each nation, 12,000 out of each tribe, make up the priesthood. Go ahead, bro.
And the giving of the law,
right?
And the service of Yahweh,
right?
And the promises,
right? And that's the criteria to be an Israelite, right? And based on, it starts with the lineage going back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Esau and these other nations, they have nothing to do with the Holy Scripture.
Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came, who is over all, the Most High, blessed forever. Amen.
That's it.
Not as though the word of Yahweh had taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
Right, so 2/3 of our people not going to make it. Why? Because the Spirit is not dealing with them. The non-elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the world, the Most High is not dealing with them.
Now I'm going to jump down to verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand.
And the purpose was set up in the spiritual realm before these two individuals came upon earth.
Not of works, but of him that calleth.
Of him that calleth, going into the will of Yahweh Shem, Yahushua.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Right.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right, and that's facts. All right, at the end of the day, the Most High hates Esau. It's modern day white people based on the lineage of their fathers. Right, the elder shall serve the younger. The younger are referring to us, Israelites. Go ahead, bro. That's it.
I got one for you. This is the book Ezekiel, chapter 36, starting at verse 22.
And that goes to show, like the brother's top is going into, Esau is nothing but a pretender. He wants to be everybody except for himself. He wants to be every nation except for himself.
Right. The Egyptians,
yeah,
the Pharaoh,
the Israelites,
you
know,
he's the great kings of Africa.
That's right.
Came over here, now he was Gad, reaping the benefits of Gad.
Exactly. Be yourself, man. Our parents used to tell us back in the day, just be yourself.
Be yourself. You better off that way.
Yeah.
This is the book Ezekiel, chapter 36, starting in verse 22. Therefore, say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen whither ye went. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them, and the heathen shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, saith the Lord Yahweh power, when I shall sanctify in you before their eyes.
And that's going into this time frame right now. The Most High's name is been sanctified to make holy, to make consecrated, right? And that's dealing with the elect, who the Most High is dealing with in an intimate like fashion.
Verse 24 is the point. For I will take you from among the heathen,
right,
and gather you
throughout the four corners of the world,
and gather you out of all countries,
right,
and will bring you into your own land.
That's it. That's it. And we're going home, man. Look, it's only two major prophecies. Hey, the Karagma and WW3.
Right. And they got over there by way of what, 757? They got over there Israel on a plane, man. The Lord's gonna take his people back to that land, man. The 1948.
Yeah, the 1948.
Yeah.
War took place that very same night.
Right. But I thought when Yahweh Shai come back to the righteous kingdom, there would be no more war.
That's right.
You know? So that alone, on top of many other things, according to the scriptures, proves that you're not the people who you say you are, man.
And where's Yahweh Shai? Right? If you're the real people, where's Yahweh Shai? Where the hell is he at?
Man, Yahweh Shai in the midst of us, man. Operations out with those men. He's not over there with y'all.
It's Obadiah 1-6, the NLT. Every nook and cranny of Edom will be searched and looted. Every treasure will be found and taken. Just going into it's like a spiritual scopeo upon the tabernacle of Edom. You know, he's being more exposed and revealed within these latter days, you know. So he cannot hide himself under, and that's why, you know, they have this thing called the shadow government. That was the biggest thing of the so-called Illuminati, was their secrecy. So now it's been coming out, more revealed to the light who he really is. It's just the devil that the Bible speaks about.
Right. And that's prophecy, man, because what the Lord said he would cause their tongue to fall upon themselves, man. You got these whistleblowers who's within these or closely connected with these shadow government, these secret councils, summits, you know, and people are speaking on these things, man, because the Lord is putting a spirit on some of these Edomites or people of other nations, man, to speak on these things, because they can't even comprehend how can these people be so wicked, man. So they're trying to say something about it, but that's all prophecy, man, by the Lord exposing this man, man.
This is the book of Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
That's Esau Edom. And that secret council is going into what? The NWO.
Yeah.
They want that birthright. You know, and they're using this system to spring forth what? The NWO.
That's why they breathe it together. Conspiring.
That's right.
You know?
They've been having those crafty councils, man, from the point when they tried to cut Israel off from being a nation, man. Those crafty councils continue on today. You know, when they have these, when all these world leaders get together, these summits, Israel ain't in there. Nobody, you might see some spots in there, but that's gonna be Ham, or you know, maybe a dark ass Ishmaelite or something. But you're not finna see no one from the nation of Israel up in there, man.
Yeah.
Because we're the enemy, vice versa, man.
That's right.
You know, so they coming against us to figure out how they can stop this word from going out, how they can eradicate as many of us as they can, and how can they put us back in slavery as it was in the early 1900s, late 1800s, and all the way back to Babylon, man.
Yeah. Got you, bro. Hey, this is Psalm 9-15 in the NLT. It states, "The nations have fallen into the pit they dug for others. Their own feet have been caught in the trap they set." Right? So basically, Psalm 9-15, the nations have fallen into the pit. The pit is going into what? This NWO system. Beginning with Esau, that's what they're conspiring about. Remember that other nations are joint heirs with Esau to do what? To destroy or eradicate the nation of Israel off the face of the world. Right? It's like it. The nations have fallen into the pit they dug for others. The others are talking about us. Their own feet have been caught in the trap they set. So Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua is going to use Esau to assist with his own demise. The Lord is known for his justice. The wicked are trapped by their own deeds. And their deeds are wicked.
The scriptures say how to deceive the deceiver are his.
That's it. That's it.
Going back to what Levi said about how they be having these different syllables and meanings. That's why it says in Zephaniah, "O nation not desired." They're not in the best interest when it comes to these other nations, where they have their different world power meetings. They coming up with different strategic ways, which goes into, like in the second chapter, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. They come up with strategic ways, how can we keep adding more sin to sin upon these people? The more they're divided from their power, the more we can stay longer with our rulership.
It's the book of Revelation 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
The Lord's elect, man. 12,000 men from each tribe, start be so-called Negro down to so-called Hispanics.
And it wasn't Esau, Edom. It wasn't the Dukes of Edom, or whatever nation this particular man tries to cloak himself underneath.
Right,
You know?
It was the off breed of Jacob, man. It was. That's the right word?
Yeah, like an offshoot.
Yeah. These were the children, the young men that came from Jacob, man, not Esau. The progenitors of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Is that correct?
Yeah. Because you know he's the father of that line.
That's right.
You know,
that's
because
right.
Jacob is the one who's yielded those particular 12 sons.
Right. So if those are Jacob's sons, and Jacob and Esau were brothers, that's plain, man. That's plain. Y'all the ones don't want to accept who your forefather is, man.
We accept that.
Hey, we accept ours, and we, you know what I'm saying, the Lord has put the Spirit on us to understand through the Spirit of our apostles on down, to know what we have done, recognize it, accept it, repent, and deal with it, man. And just try to do what's pleasing to the Lord, that we may have or receive that mercy, man. You know, but for Esau, Edom, hey, it's over.
This book of Psalm 101, verse 7. He that worketh deceit should not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies should not tarry in my sight.
That's Esau. Esau the wicked. He practiced deceit and all of that, man.
It's basically gonna be their world.
What was the other part, bro?
It says, he that telleth lies should not tarry in my sight.
And this whole system is based on lies. America is based on witchcraft, lies, and murder. Okay, remember, this man begged for his rulership. His little synthetic blessing, he begged for it. But that's still not enough. Remember, you gave up the blessing.
Right.
You know, you gave up because you lack patience. And now you want what's ours, which you gave anyway.
Right.
However, it was set up in the spirit to play out the way it played out on earth. But the kingdom of heaven was always for us.
Right.
That's why his lies cannot tarry in the Most High's sight. Psalm 33 and 10. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations.
And so the counsel of the Lord was set up in the spiritual realm amongst Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Right? Read that the first part, bro.
The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen
Right,
to naught.
the counsel of the heathen is what? Destroying Israel. Psalms 83rd chapter. Right? Esau wants everlasting life.
They say, the counsel of the wicked is far from him.
Yeah.
So it's out of his sight. That's why it says how you gonna be laughing in their derision. The book of Psalm, I'm gonna say the second chapter.
Yeah. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Yeah.
I got precept for you. This is the book of Obadiah, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau.
Esau don't fulfill that. That's the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom within the nation of Israel. Edom doesn't have a northern Edomite and a southern Edomite. No, that's Israelites. You know, we're coming together in America and throughout the four corners of the world. We fulfill that.
Yeah. That's why they coined it black and brown unity instead of white unity,
That's
white
right.
unison,
That's right.
European unison,
That's
whatever the case may
right.
be.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and the house of Esau for stubble,
That's right.
and they shall kindle in them
Right.
and devour them.
That's it.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it.
Esau is going to hardcore slavery for 1,000 years, and after those 1,000 years, Esau is going to be burnt up.
Malachi 1 and 2, I have loved you, said the Lord.
Right.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Because of the curses, you know. And without this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you don't understand your purpose. You don't know why our people suffer the way they suffer. But once you are enlightened, you understand that it is righteous anger of the Most High in the format of the curses, indignation.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Right.
Said the Lord. Yet I love Jacob.
And Esau is hated by the Most High, and the Most High loves Jacob. So-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans based on the lineage of their fathers.
Second Ezra chapter 3 verse 13. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee.
So the chosen lineage is through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Abraham, Isaac, and Esau.
As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau, and so Jacob became a great multitude.
And Jacob became so we are a great multitude. We are a great nation. Now remember, that was a promise that the Most High gave our forefather Abraham in Genesis, I want to say the 17th chapter, how we was going to be a great nation.
Yeah, when he changed his name from Abram
That's right.
to Abraham.
That's right.
And you know, Elder B brought up about the house of Esau should be a stubble. That's from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary for Edom. It says Edom figures properly in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments.
Ooh, and that's what they're running from. However, you can't outrun the eyes of the Most High. Go ahead.
She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High.
So Esau is going to be utterly destroyed in the kingdom of heaven after 1,000 years. And when they come back, they're coming back as these other nations, excluding the nation of Israel. That's it.
Can I bring it down?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, starting at verse 54. After these, Adam also, whom thou mightest made as Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Yeah, so we all come from Adam. We steal from Adam.
Adamites.
Yeah.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people which also come of Adam,
Meaning these other nations who are not part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto a spittle,
So they consider worthless. You know?
and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So you got a large vessel, you lose like a drop of water or something like that. It doesn't matter.
You ain't finna stop and try to get it off the
You know what I'm
ground.
saying? You're not gonna repent for that. You know?
Down to verse 58. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten,
That means chosen.
Yeah, only begotten.
and thy fervent lover,
Only begotten meaning how the Most High only gave us, his testimony.
God.
The law, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's it.
He not deal with any other nation.
Yeah.
So we're the only nation can be say we are joined with the Most High.
That's how we created his image.
Yeah.
Hey, only begotten.
Hey, it says in the Wisdom of Solomon how he created the Israelite man in his image of his own eternity. So we're like many Most Highs, many ancient of the days,
and fervent lover are given into their hands. This is the primary point. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Yeah,
How-
because we have to fulfill prophecy.
That's it.
And that what makes us, the perfect judges. In order for us to understand and experience righteousness, we have to go through wickedness. And that will make us the perfect judges in the next kingdom to come, which is the kingdom of Israel. And going back to Revelation, the 21st chapter, it lists about the 12 foundations. It always given to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. No other nations are included in that. And that's the last book of the Holy Scriptures.
That's it. Hey, Lord willing, brother was edified. Want to give all honor, praise, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem,
Kakudash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone at Ruwell. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.